After moving to Costa Rica, I wasn't sure if there was anywhere else I could possibly live that I would enjoy even more than my little town of Nosara. And I have to tell you that after spending just 2 weeks in Bali, I could see myself living here. That being said, I didn't feel that way when I first arrived. I actually wasn't even sure if I liked Bali and was feeling a bit disappointed. My trip didn't get off to a great start. I actually missed my flight coming to Bali. I was ready to go to the airport for a 1:30 p.m. flight, and it was only when I checked my itinerary before I called my Uber that I realized my flight was actually at 1:30 a.m. Very important detail that I suggest you check when flying over to Asia. Your flight might actually leave in the middle of the night, which is kind of odd, but it did. So I missed my flight, lost my business class upgrade, and had to rebook all new flights. So not only did I miss my flight and then have to fly through Vancouver and added another 6 hours of travel to my flights, when I arrived, my bags weren't here. So I went 2 days without luggage. I've lost bags before, I missed flights before, so it's nothing new for me. So even though things might go wrong when you're traveling and you can't control what happens to you or what the outcome may be, you do have control over how you let it affect you. I stayed calm, I stayed positive, and most importantly, I stayed grateful for the fact that I'm in Bali, and even if I gotta wear the same clothes for the next 2 days, I'm in Bali. So many friends had told me before coming to Bali that Costa Rica and Bali are so similar and that I absolutely love Bali because it's just like Costa Rica. Spoiler alert. Bali and Costa Rica are nothing the same. There is surfing, there is beaches, there is palm trees and beautiful weather. But outside of that, Bali and Costa Rica are very, very different. I arrived with the expectation that Bali was going to be this tranquil, peaceful place with serene rice paddies everywhere, just like you see in the photos, with waterfalls around every corner. That is not here in Canggu. So the area that I'm staying in is called Canggu, and it is like the lifestyle center of Bali. Canggu and Seminyak have major hotels, the restaurants, shops, boutiques. It is like a massive commercial lifestyle dining area that I just wasn't expecting. The drive from the airport to Canggu took over 2.5 hours to drive 30 kilometers. I was blown away. I was like, where the hell did all these people come from? What's with all these scooters? What's with all this traffic? I quickly learned that Indonesia is the 4th highest populated country in the world. I had no idea about that. So when I started doing some research to understand, well, just how populated is Bali, I learned that Bali has 4,225,000 people on an island that is 5,600 square kilometers. So when I think about how Bali and Costa Rica are similar, completely different just based on the critical mass. Costa Rica is a country of 57,000 square kilometers with a population of less than 5 million. So you've got Bali, which is 1/10 the size of the entire country of Costa Rica, with the same amount of population. So that explains the critical mass of people, the traffic, the scooters, and just the density here. Showing up here in Bali with these expectations was actually robbing me of the experience. There's a quote I love that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And that's exactly what I was doing. I was comparing everything I was seeing and experiencing with what I enjoy in Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica does have very busy areas like Canggu and Seminyak, but that is in Jaco or in Tamarindo. And the rest of the country is super quiet other than San Jose. So if you were coming to this part of Bali, know that you're going to be in a very busy area. There's going to be incredible restaurants, there's going to be nightlife, there's going to be beach clubs and all kinds of fun things to enjoy, but it is not going to be that tranquil, peaceful place that you'd be expecting when you look at the photos of what Bali is about. And if you're searching for the more tranquil, peaceful spots here in Bali, you would want to go to the island of Lombok or Nusa Penida or Nusa Lembongan. Lembongan, anyways, one of the Nusa Islands or northern Bali. There are definitely some very remote, quiet parts, but that's not Canggu or Seminyak. As an avid traveler who's been around the world to over 50 countries, I have to often remind myself to let go of my expectations, forget about what I know from the other destinations I've been to just show up with an open mind and just be open and willing to accept whatever it is that that destination has to offer. Because when you are comparing and when you are judging and you show up with these expectations of what you think it's going to be like, you are actually robbing yourself of the experience of just being there, being present, and enjoying it for what it is. So after I shifted my mindset and let go of my expectations, I was open to just try out whatever Canggu had to offer, and I very quickly fell in love with this awesome town. So first off, I didn't know this either, but Canggu is listed as the #1 place in the world for digital nomads to live, which means if you could work remotely, if all you need is your laptop and a cell phone, there is no better place in the world to live than here in Canggu. I'm working out of this very cool co-working space called Dojo, and they have everything you could possibly need. Not only do they have all the resources and amenities that nomad like myself could use, it's an awesome way to network with people from all around the world, share what I'm doing with them, and learn who they are and what they're up to. So it's been definitely one of the highlights of being here in Canggu, and I know that some of these relationships that I've created, these people are definitely gonna be friends that I'm gonna meet again in the future. So having been to India and to some other highly populated countries, I've seen traffic before. I mean, I've seen the Don Valley Parkway in Toronto, and it can be gnarly. I've never seen traffic like this here in Bali. It is insane. There are scooters everywhere. People are splitting lanes, cutting over into the other lane. They're even riding up on the sidewalk. So if you are gonna rent a scooter, definitely get some training on it, because they literally give you the keys and see you later. And yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing. You know, one of the things I gotta say I'm super impressed with is the food here. The food in Bali is unbelievable. They got it all. Everything from super high-end Indonesian, international, modern food to the more traditional type of restaurants. There are endless options here. And the beach clubs that are here, I had no idea that there's a Cafe Del Mar here, Kudeta, La Brisas. There are beach clubs here that rival what you'd see in Miami or Ibiza. Definitely not what I expected to see in Bali, and super fun. One of the things that I love most about Bali is the people. They are so sweet, they're so considerate. You can feel their genuine care. When you go and you eat in a restaurant in North America, you know, the server's nice to you, and it's a cordial smile, and you kind of question, are they really being nice, or are they just being paid to be nice, or they're looking for a bigger tip? Here in Bali, when they thank you, when they greet you, when they serve you, it is coming from a genuine place of love and care. You can tell that they are really grateful for you being in their establishment. It comes across in their service, and it comes across in their food. Their food is definitely cooked with love, and it is so delicious. My belief is why there is this warm, loving feeling here is really because of how committed the Balinese are to their faith. Bali is only one of very few Hindu islands in the entire group of 17,000 islands here in Indonesia. Majority of the islands are Muslim, yet Bali, 97% of the population are Hindu. Which is also why Bali has bars and alcohol and clubs and these types of restaurants and the lifestyle that it offers, because none of the Muslim islands would actually permit what goes on here in Bali. Speaking with some of the people that have lived here for a few years, I've been told that Canggu has completely transformed over the last 2 or 3 years. A lot of what is here now wasn't even here 2 or 3 years ago, and it's just growing at an exponential rate. Everywhere you drive throughout Canggu, there's construction, new restaurants being built, hotels, villas being built. It is crazy the amount of construction that's happening here. Now, although Canggu and Seminyak are super fun and there's lots of amazing places to go out and dine and eat, it is coming at a cost. There is significant environmental impact and damage happening here in this area due to the amount of waste, plastic, garbage that's being produced by all these restaurants, the hotels, and the villas. It is having a direct impact on the water supply, which is then impacting the rice paddies. And it is a real focus and a concern here in Bali. That's why most places do not use plastic. Most places are very eco-friendly and conscious of the environment. So it's beautiful to see how they're being proactive about rectifying the situation that is damaging this beautiful piece of paradise. So Canggu is definitely a place I will come back to again. I've really embraced all that this place has to offer. Tomorrow I'm moving to Ubud, where I'll be up there for the next 18 days getting ready for my group that's coming in for the Alive experience. I look forward to exploring Ubud and discovering all the magic and special places that it has to offer. I'll be shooting another video to let you know what Ubud is all about. I hope you enjoy watching this video and you learned something about Canggu and Seminyak and Bali. And if you'd like to see more videos, hit subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Instagram, like, comment, share. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go back to Dojo, do some work, and then head back to Cafe Del Mar today. So yeah, and I'm sweating like crazy, so time to maybe go jump in the pool or something. All right.